Looks like Terminus is on the map for this week's challenge. Let's see what it's going to throw at us. Last box before the highway, get the loot and get out. I'm going to bring Negan because he is our star hero. Yumiko and Mercer, we're just going to make a ton of noise. We just are. I don't often use Negan, but looking at his skill set, it's pretty good. He kind of brings a lot to the table. So let's see how this goes. Bring in Yumiko and Mercer. I'm not too concerned about making noise or anything at the moment. I think this is a good one to actually have some weapons that inflict blast damage as well, so that you can hit lots of targets all at once. Yeah, Negan is going to be the one opening the gate. No matter what you do, I think that the threat counter reaches 0. So you can't do everything so quickly that no reinforcements arrive. And of course you've got those enemies just crawling out from that pile of twitching corpses in the top right of the screen. So I mean, you can do things like set up stun walls, just waves of walkers that are stunned, maybe with characters like Negan, so that nothing behind them can get to you. That can be handy. Slowing them down obviously is going to be useful. You're still going to have somebody who's virtually useless opening the crate and the gate. But if you have Yumiko on your team, they will turn around and shoot if you are attacking a target that they can see. So that is something that you can do. Small map, it gets pretty tight pretty quickly. Incendiary weapons on that map, maybe useful, but you're not going to have an awful lot of time for it to have any effect. So definitely crippling, definitely rooting weapons. Shine a light. Get to the exit. Well, that sounds simple. What's going to stop us? Oh, walkers. That's what. So if Negan is the leader, he actually affects more targets. 3 targets instead of 1. He... I think, what is it? Their damage resistance, he reduces the damage that they cause. But, and this is something that I didn't realise until literally I was just picking him as the leader for this challenge. An enemy affected with eeny, meeny, miny, mo does not cause any status effects. At least that's according to the write-up of his leadership trait. And that's pretty amazing. I mean, my gosh, that could actually be really useful in a lot of situations. I'm wondering how useful Negan would be on higher levels. I suppose that the only thing is, if you're on very high levels, the status effect it is gonna have an effect, but you're gonna be taken right down to the red health bar anyway. You're gonna be put into a critical state as soon as you get touched by any walker. So whether it is actually that useful at higher levels, I don't know. Maybe making it easier to hurt things, yes, fair enough. That could be useful. I don't know. We'll have to see how this weekly challenge goes, using Negan as the leader, see if he's a complete dud or actually if he's a bit of a superstar. Check the crates and get to the exit. Yeah, let's keep the team. This is one where Glenn maybe would shine, but I don't think we can really have Glenn on the same team as Negan. It would get weird. You all know why. Good job there, Mercer. Okay, so this is another one. We've got threat counter. Really, it's a little bit silly to be making so much noise, but at this level, it's not really that much of a problem. what you're looking for isn't necessarily in the very last crate that you check, but it tends to work out that way. Glenn, again, good choice for this one. There's not too much to say. This is pretty simple. It's one of those single screen missions. When the threat counter hits 0, the bad guys come in from the left side of the screen. They come in through that open bay door. So as long as you've progressed far enough into the level, that's not really that much of a concern. Basically, you can get yourself far enough into the mission that those reinforcements, when the threat counter hits 0, just aren't really going to be too much of a problem for you. It's a nice snappy set of missions, this one. It gets challenging though. I'm sure I remember these missions getting challenging. Kill walkers with Jerry. Okay, skip that. Sorry, let's get back to it. Dead's End, kill all the walkers. Okay, kill all walkers. Not usually much of a challenge. This one, yeah, so you do start kind of close to some walkers. There are some grayed out bits of the map as well. I like to get into one corner and try and sort of fight from there. That's just sort of how I do it. Can you cripple the enemy? Can you slow them down? You kind of want to be doing that. Maybe bring something that can set enemies on fire, because you've got some tougher walkers which are going to make a mess of you at higher levels. Just take it really carefully. There's no threat counter. There's absolutely no need to rush. You could waste time after turn after turn after turn. Even if you don't see anything, if you know that something is there, you can just wait for it to come to you. Or poke your head out, stay on Overwatch. Yeah, because sometimes it's going to be a big scary tank. Come on, Negan. Get him. I mean, if you're really scared, if you're really sure that you are facing a walker or two, you don't know where they are, you don't want to flush them out, just keep everyone together. You got a better chance of defending each other if you do that. Some Negan tokens, that's quite fitting. Safe haven, secure the area by closing the containers. Oh, I think I know this one. I'm tempted to bring Glenn. I'm tempted to bring Ezekiel. If I recall, this is a challenging map, but it's also one of the best. Let's see if it is the one I'm thinking of. Nope. No, it's not. So Glenn is kind of useless because it's not the mission I thought it was. Although, still make the most of that can kill something and still do something skill. You're going to have walkers flooding out of both of these containers at the same time. If you were to try and close both of them, I mean, you're leaving yourself with just one person who is there to try and defend the guys closing those gates. It's tough. That would be a very tough thing to be able to do. They just keep on coming though. Still, as soon as they bunch up, you can use things like the mace. That's a pretty good bet. That'll make it so that you can stun them by smashing them into each other. Yeah, and don't forget that it's not mission over as soon as you close those. You've got to finish off whatever is left. So, I mean, trying to get them done quickly is a good idea, because anything that you don't get is just the more walkers there are left by the end, the more you have to deal with. So yeah, not the mission that I thought it was. Again, if you're not making too much noise, you might not alert the walkers that are a distance from you to your presence. You can tell when they notice you, that little spidey sense kind of looks like 3 lightning bolts kind of appears above their head, and then they're just like, oh right, okay, there you are. If they haven't done that, they haven't noticed you, they will continue to amble around without any real direction, and then you can kind of deal with them at your leisure. Only way out, get to the exit. That sounds simple. Sure it's not. Let's just mix it up a little bit. Let's have Daryl with his poncho. Why not, huh? All of these weapons suck. Go on, use the crescent blade. We're just mixing it up for a bit. What a weirdly dressed little gang. Trio of village people. Okay. What do we got to do? So we've got to spend a long time opening that flipping door. Okay, Negan, you're going to do it. You're going to be part of the little team that's going to do this. Let's do that, let's do that, let's do that. Oof. Love those defensive strikes from Negan. Just smashing him. I've re-rolled him to have punish, and that's kind of proving to be a pretty good shout so far, I would say. Okay, they really start to flip him well. Pile up, don't they? Bless them. These walkers. Just keep on coming. What you can do is put yourself at a great distance, have weapons that will slow, root, that kind of thing. And can they get to you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, they kind of can get to you before you've opened that gate, but hopefully you'll have whittled down the front line and they won't be any risk to you. Just get opening that gate as quick as you possibly can. Slow down the enemies. You don't have to kill them. All you've got to do is get through that gate. So don't get into the habit of thinking that you must mow down every single undead. You don't have to do that. Okay, I think we are now back to the top. Let us see. Lots and lots of lovely stars, lots of rewards. Yes. Okay, there you go. We are back at the start. That's what Terminus is throwing at us. It's an interesting set of missions. It does get tough later on, but hopefully you're going to do just fine. In any case, thank you for watching.